gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Ruled today, the man charged with sexually assaulting a teenager at a migrant hotel will be held without bail. Investigators say that Cory Alvarez lured a 15-year-old girl with disabilities into his room at the Rockland Comfort Inn last week.
Now that's wild. And this is another example of Biden's bloody border. Although I told you guys, blood is not the only bodily fluid that Biden has on his hands right now. There are so many others that, you know, we can't even speak upon because it's so brutally tragic and just gory. This is the result of allowing illegal aliens, unfettered illegal immigration into this country unvetted, and we're starting to see the ramifications of it now. You have an illegal Haitian immigrant. Remember those illegal Haitian immigrants that were on the border, those 15,000, and then they were there one day and then the next day they just completely vanished? Well, I think I know where they went. To sanctuary cities all across the United States. These super illegal gremlins are on demon time.
And then sexually assaulted her. The hotel is being used as an emergency shelter for migrant families. On Tuesday, the House Judiciary Committee launched an investigation into the assault. Alvarez has pleaded not guilty.
The man accused of raping a teenager at a migrant shelter in Rockland, we have learned, will be staying in jail for now. Today, a judge ordered Cory Alvarez to be held without bail during a dangerousness hearing. That assault is alleged to have happened last week at the Comfort Inn. That Comfort Inn by...
So he was held without bond, you know, when he was initially arrested. And they held him for a few months. This happened in March, I believe. But what is the status update? Because from my understanding, they have released him already. And they thought that they could do it all slick and just let him go. But the American people aren't going for that. And we're paying attention. This is coming out of Massachusetts. But they're releasing illegal aliens who rape 15-year-old disabled girls. This is Biden's bloody border.
By the way, as a state-designated migrant shelter, Governor Maura Healey has said that Alvarez is a migrant himself, but didn't say whether he was living at that shelter in Rockland.
A migrant has been charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl at a Rockland hotel. The case already sparking outcry from local leaders.
Started booking out all of the rooms in this hotel last year as a part of its emergency assistance shelter program. And authorities have confirmed to us that both the victim and suspect in this case lived here.
I have a patron, I don't know if he's a manager or National Guard, on the 911 line, 850 Hingham Street. It's going to be for the migrant section.
It was around 7 Wednesday night. Police records show a front desk worker called 911, reporting a 15-year-old disabled girl had been sexually assaulted.
Room 115. Meet the police. EMS response.
Police say they met the teenager in the lobby. Using multiple translators, she told authorities a man in the hotel brought her to his room to help her with an app on her tablet. Once there, he began having sex with her, the girl explained.
That's crazy. This man went from getting help or helping her with her tablet, with an app on her tablet, to forcefully, aggressively raping a disabled woman. And when Trump said they're not sending their best, he meant it. But the media crucified him for it. And now we're seeing what these illegal aliens are all about and what their, niche crimes are from different countries, right? We're seeing the Ecuadorian illegal aliens coming in and raping and murdering. We're seeing the Venezuelan illegal aliens coming in and raping and murdering. We're seeing the El Salvadorian illegal aliens coming in and raping and murdering. We're seeing the Haitian illegal aliens coming in and raping so far. I'm sure we could probably find some murders from them too, but, nothing that I have on the top of mind. But it's coming. And it's probably already happened and I missed it, which I usually don't miss these things. But guys, it's about time that we close Biden's bloody border, because these super illegal gremlins are on demon time.
According to the police report, the girl asked the man to leave her alone, but says that he wouldn't stop. She was ultimately taken to the hospital. Using a description of the man, police found their suspect in the room where the alleged rape happened. With enough evidence, police say they arrested 26-year-old Cory Alvarez. He was formally charged with rape of a child in Hingham District Court Thursday. Authorities say Alvarez moved here from Haiti and is part of the migrant system. Republican State Representative David DeCoste serves this district and says, "I'm absolutely appalled by the incident that took place in Rockland. Above all, my heartfelt sympathies extend to the young girl who has reportedly been subjected to abuse. The Commonwealth has failed this young girl."
We have reached out to the governor's office multiple times for this report, as well as the state agency that's over the migrant shelter program. We have not heard back. Alvarez, meantime, was held without bail. He has another court date next week.
A man is under arrest tonight accused of raping a disabled child at a Rockland hotel that is housing migrant families.
WBZ's Brandon Truitt just arrived on scene there in Rockland. And Brandon, what can you tell us?
Yeah, David and Lisa, we're able to confirm now with authorities that both the victim and the suspect, they say, lived in this hotel. They say last night it was the person working the front desk that called police to report a disabled 15-year-old girl had been sexually assaulted. I want to give you a look at 26-year-old Cory Alvarez. He was arrested and ultimately arraigned today in Hingham District Court, charged with child rape. Now, at this arraignment, his defense attorney said that he came here from Haiti and is part of the migrant system. Last night, police say they were called to this Comfort Inn on Hingham Street just after 7 o'clock. And when they got here, they say they found that 15-year-old victim in the lobby. Now, she speaks French Creole, so they had to use translators. And ultimately, the girl was able to tell police that Alvarez raped her in his room while she was getting help with an app on her tablet. Now, the victim reports telling Alvarez to leave her alone, but she says he did not stop. The girl was taken to the hospital. Evidence like sheets and bedding were taken from this hotel. Police say the victim was able to point Alvarez out of a lineup, and he was ultimately arrested here last night. Now, Alvarez is being held without bail. He has another court hearing next week. We reached out to the governor's office for this report. So far, we have not heard back. Live in Rockland, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
Tonight, the governor tells us that a migrant who's accused of raping a disabled girl at a shelter in Rockland was vetted and cleared by a federal program before entering the country. WBZ's Beth Romano was live for us.
And that just shows you how horrible these vetting and clearing processes really are. How did they vet him? They just asked him his name and age and then said, "Oh, you're free to go."
In Rockland tonight. And Beth, the governor obviously upset by the accusations.
Well, the governor calls what's alleged to have happened at this Rockland hotel just a horrible situation and says she is still trying to gather all the facts. Now, the man charged with sexual assault is here lawfully, and the governor says the state does what it can to check the backgrounds of...
How the hell is he here lawfully? I mean, it's crazy what they're doing. They're turning what was illegal legal.
Everybody in the state shelter system.
We want to see accountability and justice in this matter.
Governor Maura Healey responding to questions about the sexual assault that's alleged to have occurred at this Rockland Comfort Inn, currently housing migrants as part of the state's shelter program. 26-year-old Cory Alvarez, a Haitian migrant, is charged with the rape of a 15-year-old girl, also from Haiti.
This person was vetted by the state in terms of a background check and a check that we do for all entries to our shelter, and he cleared that.
The governor says Alvarez entered the U.S. through a federal program, though didn't specify if it's CHNV, which allows some Haitian migrants to come legally for 2 years with sponsorship. And while she believes the state follows proper procedure, she again called on the federal government to step in.
We have vetting in place. We'll continue to have those measures in place, and we continue to call on the federal government, specifically.
And this woman is the governor, and she is completely failing all women in her state. She should be ashamed of herself. She is a short-haired feminist. She's done the big chop. She is a Democrat. She doesn't respect borders. She doesn't believe in borders. She doesn't believe in, the rights of American citizens and the rights of her citizens in her state. And that is disappointing, embarrassing, and disgusting that she's over here trying to rationalize the fact that this illegal alien was vetted by the state and allowed in so that he could rape another migrant, another illegal alien, but a disabled woman nonetheless. These women don't care about other women. They care about their own pockets.
Congress to act and fund what it needs to fund in terms of resources at the border.
I have a patron. I don't know if he's a manager or National Guard.
It was around 7 o'clock Wednesday night. A front desk worker called 911 to report the assault. The alleged victim said Alvarez brought her to his hotel room to help her with an iPad, and that's when she says he raped her. David DeCoste, the district state representative, questions if there is reliable information on Alvarez's background and said in a statement, "I am absolutely appalled by the incident that took place in Rockland. Above all, my heartfelt sympathies extend to the young girl who has reportedly been subjected to abuse. The Commonwealth has failed this young girl." The governor says security systems are in place, but now it's up to the criminal justice system.
My heart goes out to the victim, the alleged victim in this case, and her family, and we need to let the criminal justice system do its work.
Now, the teenage girl was taken to the hospital while Alvarez is being held without bail until a dangerousness hearing next week. He has to surrender his passport and have no contact with the alleged victim. Reporting live from Rockland, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Tonight, a migrant has been charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl at a Rockland hotel. The case already sparking outcry from local leaders. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Rockland with what was revealed in court today. Brandon?
Well, Chris, the state started booking out all of the rooms in this hotel last year as a part of its emergency assistance shelter program. And authorities have confirmed to us that both the victim and suspect in this case lived here.
I have a patron. I don't know if he's a manager or National Guard on the 911 line, 850 Hingham Street. Going to be for the migrant section.
It was around 7 Wednesday night. Police records show a front desk worker called 911 reporting a 15-year-old disabled girl had been sexually assaulted.
Room 115. Meet the police. EMS response.
Police say they met the teenager in the lobby. Using multiple translators, she told authorities a man in the hotel brought her to his room to help her with an app on her tablet. Once there, he began having sex with her, the girl explained. What? According to the police report, the girl asked the man to leave her alone, but says that he wouldn't stop. She was ultimately taken to the hospital. Using a description of the man, police found their suspect in the room where the alleged rape happened. With enough evidence, police say they arrested 26-year-old Cory Alvarez. He was formally charged with rape of a child in Hingham District Court Thursday. Authorities say Alvarez moved here.
So, I mean, let's keep it a buck. This guy is a pedophile. He's a pedophile. I mean, wouldn't you consider this ableist? I mean, he clearly targeted this woman because she couldn't defend herself. And the Democrats are covering up and hiding it and protecting him. This is what you guys don't understand.
Here from Haiti and as part of the migrant system. Republican State Representative David DeCoste serves this district and says, "I'm absolutely appalled by the incident that took place in Rockland. Above all, my heartfelt sympathies extend to the young girl who has reportedly been subjected to abuse. The Commonwealth has failed this young girl."
We have reached out to the governor's office multiple times for this report, as well as the state agency that's over the migrant shelter program. We have not heard back. Alvarez, meantime, was held without bail. He has another court date next week. Live in Rockland, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
All right, Brandon.
Cory Alvarez facing a judge to determine whether he'll remain behind bars. The 26-year-old migrant from Haiti is accused of raping a 15-year-old girl last week.
And then I asked her to tell me what happened, and she said he raped me.
A Rockland police investigator in court outlining the case so far.
Mr. Alvarez acknowledged that the girl was in his room.
Yes.
And that he was fixing her iPad, or attempting to fix her iPad.
That's what he said, yes.
The victim told police the alleged incident happened in the suspect's room at the Comfort Inn. The hotel in Rockland is being used as an emergency shelter for migrants. The defense arguing the only evidence is the girl's report, highlighting surveillance in the hallway when the girl leaves the room.
Indeed, when the girl leaves, the young lady leaves, her clothes are exactly the same, right?
Yes.
And she walks right by two members of the National Guard.
Yes.
And she says nothing to them.
Not that I'm aware of.
I just think that the presumption of innocence took a hit today. That's what I think. And I think...
So they're trying to argue that he's innocent because she didn't look roughed up afterwards. Isn't what they keep telling red pill men not to do? Well, why are you assuming she wanted attention? Why don't you believe women? What happened to believe all women? See, the logic gets flipped on its head when the narrative is not quite fitting or matching what the Democrats want.
I think everybody, whoever they are, however they arrived here, is entitled to that presumption of innocence. That's the law.
The Plymouth County District Attorney was in court today for the hearing. He is calling for more transparency in the vetting process of migrants.
All I know is that we have a terrible event that we're going to deal with now in the criminal justice here in Plymouth County, like we do with all of our cases. And we need to find out more so we make sure this doesn't happen again.
As for the dangerousness hearing, the judge sided with the prosecution, ordering that Alvarez remain behind bars for 4 months, 120 days. He's expected to appear in court again next month.
A Haitian migrant accused of raping a teenager in an emergency shelter in Rockland is now out on bail. A judge...
So initially he had no bail. Now he's out on bail, and his bail was set at $500, meaning he only had to post $50 after raping a 15-year-old disabled girl. Crazy.
Granted Cory Alvarez $500 bail, and he posted that on Wednesday. The DA's office says it fought this. Prosecutors asked for a hearing where they would argue that Alvarez was too dangerous to be released, but the judge said no. Police say Alvarez lured a 15-year-old with a disability into a...
And you see the judge, she is, in fact, a liberal white woman. And there you have it. This is what has become of this country. The judges are woke. The prosecutors are woke. The defense woke. And the American people are not better off for it.
A room at the Comfort Inn and sexually assaulted her.
All right, guys, so I just wanted to cover the judge who actually released this illegal alien, Cory Alvarez, a suspected rapist of a minor, which would make him a pedophile. By the way, he is 26 years old, so he is Literally. Man, I mean, this guy is literally 11 years older than this young lady. You got a 10+ year age gap, and none of the feminists are coming out and saying anything about it. But the judge who set a suspected child rapist bail at only $500 previously ordered a gym's water and electricity shut off for not complying with COVID measures. So she's wokester. Massachusetts Judge Susan E. Sullivan said there wasn't enough evidence to set the Haitian migrant's bail higher, even though DNA test results are still pending and there is video footage of him with the victim. So obviously these women, when it comes to the woke ideology, that overcomes and overlooks and it completely overtakes the feminist ideology. These woke DAs are these woke judges, DAs, and prosecutors are setting us up for failure because this super illegal gremlins are on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.